the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in race fans here to the Rockingham Speedway. A small little, call it just about a mile in length track here for the Red Light Scrambler series tonight in the season finale. These drivers are going to do battle. It's been a long season so far this year for these guys. They have battled at the likes of the short tracks all the way to the high banks, and now they finally wind up here in a little small short track to duke it out to see who will be the one to win this championship. So we welcome you in here to the championship race here tonight. It's been a long season so far. 14 official races in the books brings us here to race number 15. Who is your favorite driver you are pulling for this year? Are they in the chase here? The final 4 drivers that are left. Is it Todd Cray, a 2-time winner this season? Is it James Heater, a 3-time winner? Max Terriel, another one of those 3-time winners? Or is it the man who got himself all the way here at the end of the season without winning a race? It's Mr. Consistency of Eric Johnson. 4 drivers with the opportunity here to walk away with a championship. We're going to find out who's going to be able to win that championship here in a little bit. Let's see if we can drop it down real quick. We have 1 minute and 44 left here in the practice session. Find out where actually your favorite driver is. That is the official timing and scoring here for the practice. James Heater on top of the boards. He has the fastest time here. Todd Cray is 5th on the boards. Max Terriel is 6th. Eric Johnson is sitting back down there in the 11th position, a little bit farther down than the rest of the chase competitors here tonight. Right now I'm looking at it. It looks like 18 drivers have officially logged in here tonight to do battle here at the little Rockingham Speedway. So with 18 drivers lining up here on a historic raceway. Rockingham Speedway no longer on the NASCAR circuit. None of the big 3 divisions of NASCAR have headed to Rockingham in a number of years. But tonight, we're going to change all that. We're going to throw these Xfinity cars here. These guys have battled on similar tracks like this. You know, the Richmond Raceway a couple weeks ago on the Monster Energy Cup cars. Now, here with the Xfinity package, it's going to be a little bit different. Are these drivers, though, ready for the task that is at hand? Not too many drivers out there on track. A couple of them getting in their last little bits and pieces here before we head to the qualifying. Once we head to qualifying in just about 19 seconds, it will be a 2-lap qualifier here for the 18 drivers. They have 10 minutes to put in the 2 laps. The question being, are they going to go out here when it's 94 degrees like it is here in the practice session to lay down a lap? Or will they wait a little bit and wait till the track temperature starts to cool down possibly towards that 10-minute marker, and then they can go out there? It only takes about 23 seconds, give or take, here at the Rockingham Speedway to lay down a lap, so it's not like you're going to need a lot of time. Officially now, practice has counted down. Practice is over here for the season finale for the Red Light Scrambler series from the Rockingham Speedway. 10 minutes officially going to go on the boards, and a cloud has just rolled over the speedway, and it has dropped the temperature here in Rockingham all the way down to a cool 91 degrees. First driver out on the track early will be the Iron Bird Brew Co. machine. a veteran-operated and owned brewery out there in Colorado. It's going to be the driver of the 01, Richard Murdoch, will be the first one to test the waters here in Rockingham to see what kind of time he can lie down. But he is not the only driver out here on track. The 22, Todd Cray, comes into the night. We talked about him. He actually is slotted when you look at the point standings at the end of the season. He is sitting right now at the top of the 4 drivers left standing. 16 races for him. It's been 11 top 10s, but tonight that's going to be a hard one, so he's going to only have to go back and try and get 1 lap put in here. But it's been a hard year for Todd Cray. Hard-fought battle, 16 races entered, 11 top 10s, 6 top 5s, 2 wins on the season, but he'll have to restart that machine. Here comes Ira Kohlhaas in the 929, all bucked up Bromley Designs, RJS Automotive machine. He is sitting P number 2 after 1 lap. This is his second lap coming across the board. It'll be a 24.090. It's good enough for the second position. Murdoch right now holds the pole. Another one of those drivers out there. It's the 930 DAV machine. And that's going to be Justin Gann. Gann sitting 11th in points after everything is all tallied up coming into the final race of the season. Did make the chase in his first year, unfortunately not making it out of round number 1. So right now, Todd Cray goes back out there as he does get his second lap in. It will be just a one and done for the driver of the 22. Clocks by Christopher Machine, and it's going to be a good one as he sat there for a moment. It was a 23.789, and now Justin Gann going to go to the top of the boards here. 4 drivers have their qualifying times in. Justin Gann goes to the top of the 23.647 here in championship night. James Heater and Eric Johnson both out onto the track. This is the man we were talking about. It's Eric Johnson has pointed his way so far into this championship 4, and he is the underdog coming in. Last year, a rookie with the Red Light Scrambler Series. This year, it is his turn. Can he do it? It'll be the driver of the 33 Dirty Mo Radio. This will be his first timed lap this time by as he works through turns 3 and 4 there. You see the car all sorts of out of shape. We're going to see a lot of drivers battling with that turn right there. Turn 3 and 4 is very bumpy. It's going to be a 23.828 for Eric Johnson. Good enough for the 4th position. Trevarthen is right now out there on track, and he goes to the P number 3 with a 23.914. And a new quick time out on top of the boards. It's the Toyota Supra. It's the driver of the 18Z line, and that is James Heater. He goes to the top of the board on lap number 1. It's a 23.638 for the driver of the 18. Tied for the most wins on the season with 3, along with his counterpart of Max Terrill. Here comes Heater once again back across the line. Where will he slot? It'll be a little bit faster. Lap number 2 for James Heater. It'll be a 23.582. So 3 of your drivers in the championship hunt have laid down a time. Here is Joe Strano in the throwback paint scheme here to Adam Petty in the 43 machine. Joe looking to take the green flag right here. Ryan O'Danny has gone out in his Hellfire Detroit Ford Mustang. He has laid down the 4th quickest time right now with a 23.807. So officially, we have, it looks like, 8 drivers. Right now, Kohlhaas is the slowest of the 8. Richard Murdoch is sitting 7th. We will drop down the qualifying order right now on the right side. Find your driver where he has been slotted in. Joe Strano will come across the board here, and he will go on to, it looks like, the 9th position out of the 9 qualifiers. Officially out there on track, it's the man from Canada. It's the man from the cold north. And that'll be the 42 here of Max Terrill. Terrill comes in with 16 starts here this... Or 13... Yeah. 13 out of the 16 starts here have counted for Max Terrill. He has 3 wins on the year. 8 top 5s and 9 top 10s. He's accumulated so far through the year 145 bonus points. That is the least amount of bonus points so far out of the 4 in your chase here hunt. Where does Max Terrill go on the board? It's going to be a 23.656, lap number 1 for the driver of the 42 in this Ford Mustang. Only other driver out there on track going to be this man here, driver of this 86. That is James Skelton, and it looks like his lap times are not going to count. It looks like he has used up his tries. So Max comes back across the line here, and he jumps up to P number 2 right now. A couple drivers just out there on track. Max jumping to P2 there with a 23.629. The other driver out there is Michael Trevarthen right here in the Fram Filters. 9:31. He is sitting sick, taking this time here to use a couple laps for himself to just go ahead and find what's going to work for him out here tonight. Well, as we're here in the qualifying session, though, we got to thank everybody for tuning in here to watch the season finale. It's the championship race here. Glad to be here. Muth up in the booth like always on a Monday night with the Red Light Scrambler series. 10 drivers so far have put in times. You are watching the 9:31 of Michael Trevarthen as he's just out there utilizing a little time. As you see, the 42, Max Terriot, will come down here. It looks like a little bit of a pit run for the driver of this 42. Yeah, we talk about Max Terriot so far in his year. He has 3 wins upon the season. He won back at Phoenix. He won at the Charlotte Roval. What a race he put on there. And then how about Martinsville? It was one heck of a round at Martinsville that he won there. Led 62 laps to a victory at that short paper clip style raceway. And right now, no other driver on track. So here right now, with about 3 minutes left here in our qualifying session, this is James Heater, Max Terriot, Justin Gann, Todd Cray, and Ryan O'Danny. Rounding out the top 5 currently, we still have a handful of drivers like Kevin O'Brien, Tony Strano, Leo Borden, Sean Butler, Tim Blum, Nathan Maurer, and Joshua Buckley all waiting yet to put in a qualifying time here. So as we wait for a couple of those drivers, we'll step away here. We'll get the national anthem played, and we'll be back here to finish up qualifying here from the Rockingham Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here, race fans. As you see Nathan Maurer, he was the only one to venture back out onto the track here, but it looks like he's going to get a one and done, and it'll be 6th fastest for Nathan Maurer out of Pennsylvania in the 971 AC Paints Machine. So it looks like 11 drivers going to take a qualifying attempt here tonight, but it looks like James Heater is going to be the man to beat here as he is going to start here from the pole. So congratulations to James Heater. He's going to do battle, though, with his counterpart here tonight of Max Terriot on the front row of this one. So as we wait for everybody to start to take to the grid here tonight, remember this is the championship race, and it has come down to just 4 drivers here in the Red Light Scrambler Series. Todd Cray, James Heater, Eric Johnson, and Max Terriot. And going to see who can do battle here. As all these drivers are starting to take to the grid, we'll walk you through how they're going to start here tonight. For the 125 laps for your season finale, here's the qualifying grid for the Red Light Scrambler Series. Starting on the front row, you see the 18 of James Heater and the 42 of Max Terriot. Row number 2 will look like this. 2 strong competitors back here, another one of our chase contenders. It'll be the 930 of Justin Gann and that chase contender right there of Todd Cray. Row number 3 will look like this. Ryan O'Dani in the Hellfire Detroit machine, and Nathan Maurer is looking for the power. Row 4, Michael Trevarthen in the 931 machine, and then it's Eric Johnson in the Dirty Mo Radio 33. Remember, he's also in the championship hunt here tonight. Row number 5, it'll be the 01 Ironbird Brewing of Richard Murdoch. Ira Kohlhaas in the 929, as it looks like all these drivers are finally taking to the grid, and we will start the pace here tonight. That is row number 5. Row 6 here, it'll be the 43 of Joe Strano, and right next to him, it'll be the ever-elusive 88 of Sean Butler, who missed the championship 4 cut line here this year. Row 7, it'll be Tim Blunt, who also just barely missed out on making it to the next round here at Rockingham. And then it'll be James Skelton, row number 7. Row 8 here tonight, it's new colors on the number 2 of Josh Buckley. He's going to line up next to the 11 here of Leo Bordage. Row number 9, it'll be the 184 here from Australia of Kevin O'Brien, and the number 3 here of Tony Strano. And that is your 9-row field here tonight for your championship race here from the Rockingham Speedway as they roar down Thunder Alley to put some heat in the motor, heat in the tires here tonight. 125 laps going to be the distance we are going to travel tonight. That'll equal out to actually 121 miles of racing here from the old school Rockingham Speedway. Two laps, I believe. Actually, no, we're going to go green after 1 pace lap here tonight from Rockingham. Green flag officially in the air here for the championship race. 18 drivers down and away, and they are all headed down turn number 1. A good start by the front row. Max Terriot, though, going to gas her up out of the top side, and he got a little tight out of turn number 2 and had to check a little bit. James Heater going to roll back down to the bottom, and he will officially take the lead here. So Heater takes the lead, then it's Terriot and Gann. Todd Cray sitting back there in the 4th position. Ryan O'Dani rounds out the top 5, and just like that, 1 official lap in the books here, and that's how they look. Heater, Terriot, Gann, Cray, and O'Dani rounds out the top 5. You got to go back here to Eric Johnson trying to put the power down on the inside there, I believe, of that Maurer machine. Johnson going to take it away. He's got Butler following him up through the field. Is for 8th position, I believe, for Eric Johnson. So right now, Johnson the lowest out of the 4 championship contenders as Heater's out front. Terriot is 2nd. Cray is 4th, and Johnson back in the 8th position. We're keeping an eye on this all night long to see where these drivers are running on track. Right now, though, it's still James Heater out front pacing the field. Look at them at the line here. How far back? It's about a half-second gap back to Max Terriot. Everybody actually is already single-filed out. Here on lap number 4, nobody is racing side by side right now. They know it's a very tricky track here. Todd Cray to the back bumper here on the 930. Could he be possibly making the next move here into 3rd and putting our 3 of our championship 4 drivers? Is actually looks like Eric Johnson has got around Murdoch here. Murdoch slides high in 3, and at the exit of 4, Eric Johnson going to take the 7th position. Johnson is on the charge here tonight, going to the front. Looking out the back door here off Johnson's deck lid. There you see Sean Butler following. As Ryan O'Dani is down onto that apron there. Something happened with Ryan O'Dani. We didn't catch it, but Ryan's down there. And I believe Justin Gann also in the 930. So problems here in the early going. We'll see if we can find that real quick, because that two guys that were up into the top couple positions here. It looks like Gann's going to get the wall. No, Danny goes to correct it, and contact down the backstretch. Gann going to go for a slide, and he makes contact. It actually looks probably a little bit worse on screen than what the car actually is going to be. So that's what puts us here. Not under yellow. We stay green flag racing, but that'll move Todd Cray now into the third position as he's got the clocks by Christopher 22. Camaro sitting there third now. Michael Trevarthen is sitting in the fourth spot. Eric Johnson is right there in fifth. So an interesting start here tonight. Inside the top 10, two of your drivers inside the top 5. Go for a little bit of a spin right now. Ryan's back into the 15th position, but his car does look a little wounded on that right front. How much damage is really done to him? Let's see if we can pull a little bit closer look, see if we have a camera that can show it. Yeah, there is a little right front damage to the splitter and the side of that right front fender. Little hood damage. It's wrinkled up on the side, but we're here on a track that's less than a mile tonight. I'm not sure if it's really going to play that big of a factor, but Gann is still out there. His car is a little more wounded, a little right rear damage, a little left rear damage. You see the spoiler kind of jacked up. Got a little also right front damage on that Ford Mustang. His might suffer a little bit in the corners here tonight. He had a fast Mustang here as he started in the third position. Out front, it is still this man. So far, it's been 9 laps out front. This time by, he'll complete the 10th lap out front, and that'll bring us to 115 laps to go here tonight from the Rockingham Speedway. You've already seen those bumps come into play a couple times as drivers have wheeled up the track here in the early stages of this one. So right now, out front, Heater will come back around here, and he'll complete another lap. Skelton is all over the back bumper here of the 88 here with his Toyota. Currently running in the 7th position with this James Skelton Toyota. Right behind him, how about Tim Blum? Last week, Tim Blum wound up on the pit wall at the end of that race. Was down a couple laps, had a penalty on pit road, tried to battle back, and he found himself back onto the lead lap at the end of the race from Phoenix. Just unfortunately, a wreck coming out of turn number 4, and the 10 found that pit wall with a little extra help. Just was not able to get it unstuck there and had to take the car to the garage along with the 88 Sean Butler. He was also wrapped up in that. Butler now runs right now currently in the 8th position. But with that being said, and Butler on that fence there back at Phoenix, it also means that the 88 Sean Butler misses the championship for the first time here in a very long time with the Scrambler Series. But you also know what that means. That means we're going to have a new champion by the time we end up leaving the Rockingham Speedway. And right now, James Heater, Heater, Venterial, and Cray, still your top 3 drivers. This is your closest battle here on track, and actually looks like Johnson may have gone a little too hard, a little too early, as he has started to slide now back into the clutches here of the Sean Butler 88 and the James Skelton 86 machine. See Butler still able to rock and roll down there on that yellow line. You can just see how hard these cars are bouncing around here. Let's go back off the deck lid here on Eric Johnson. See, 1 and 2 is not too bad until right around the exit of turn 2. You see the car start to bounce just a little bit. But once they get down here into 3, watch how much these cars bounce. Look, bouncing already. Look at the big bounce there in between the corner, and still it continues. It's like a wave. It's a ripple effect. When they come through turns 3 and 4, here comes Butler. He'll look to the inside here on the Dirty Mo Radio 33. It looks like Johnson's just going to kind of pull over. He will allow Sean Butler to go on by. He will tag to the 6th position, but now he'll have to fend off James Skelton, Tim Blum, 4 cars under the blanket here, all within about, 4 car lengths of each other. Out of 4, they come back across the line. 17 laps officially in the books, and James Heater has started to open up a little bit of a gap as you see Johnson up the track once again in turn 1 and 2. That's going to put Skelton to the inside. Skelton's going to take away the 6th spot. Johnson will fall back in line for the time being. But where's your leader? There's your leader. Down into corner number 1, the Toyota Supra Z line, number 18 here tonight, driven by James Heater. There it is, looking off that Toyota Supra rear deck lid. There you see the Chevrolet of Max Terriol. Half second back. Is Max allowing Heater to go out there and run the tires off? Or is Terriol giving her all she's got? This man back here looks like he's just set on cruise control for the time being. This is about a second and a half back from James Heater, and that'll be the 22 here of Todd Cray. Working lap 20 here already tonight. Michael Trevarthen sitting back here in the 4 spot in his Fram machine. The Ford Mustang looking really strong here in the early going. Sean Butler in the Hellman's 88 machine. You know, it's not going to be a championship run here tonight for Butler. But what it could be an ever-so-sweet victory if he can get to the front here at Rockingham. Still has 105 laps, well, call it 104 and a half now to get to the front of the field here as he runs in the 5th spot. James Skelton runs back here. James not making the chase. Or actually, he did. Sorry, he got knocked out in round number 2 of the chase. Been a pretty solid year, though. 4 top 5s for the driver of this 86 machine. 4 top 10s. Gathered a ton of bonus points throughout the year. 149. Puts him about the upper echelon here of the league of being able to keep his car clean and lead laps here. So 149 bonus points. That is outstanding. But right now, Skelton has a little bit of ground to make up. He sits about 4.5 seconds back off your leader of Heater. Right behind them. Then will be that 33 Chevrolet of Eric Johnson. Remember, Johnson came in 3rd technically in the point standings into the night out of the final 4. Right now he is also running the 4th position out of the 4 championship contenders. Tim Blum getting knocked out last week. And Tim Blum, another one of those solid drivers that had a pretty good year with 4 top 5s and 9 top 10s on the season. Just wasn't able to close the door at Phoenix. Penalties put him behind one after another. And then the big wreck, which really finished him off. He runs in the 8th position right now, though, 5.5, almost 6 seconds back out of the lead of Heater. Richard Murdoch in this Iron Bird Brew Co. machine won 2 races this year. It put him in the top echelon of drivers, but with 2 wins, it still wasn't enough to propel him into the championship 4. He missed the cut line by a measly 1 point at the end of Phoenix, so, I mean, that's 1 position. That's... You know, that could have been leading a lap at some other track that Murdoch didn't quite get the job done. Just 1 position or 1 lap led could have put Murdoch into that championship hunt. Unfortunately, though, it's going to keep him out. Sitting in the 10th position, it'll be the 971 of Nathan Maurer. The AC Paints rookie. One of those Rookie of the Year candidates. Having a good, solid year. He has battled Justin Gann and Michael Trevarthen all year long. The driver out of Pennsylvania just a little down on power towards the middle of the season. Just wasn't able to get the top 10s, the top 5s to really grind it out. Maurer did, though, walk away with 2 top 10s early in the season. Missed a race, but still found himself sitting inside the top 20 in points. Right now he is tied for the 18th position with Leo Bordage in points coming into tonight. Right now Maurer is ahead of Bordage, so that would give him a little bit of advantage. But out front here tonight, that Z-Line 18 has started to get run down here. About halfway through the run here tonight, and James Heater's lead, that was about a half second, a little over a half second, has now shrank to just about 2-3 car lengths, if that. And at the line last time by, Max Terriol just a little bit quicker at the line than James Heater. So it's about to be a battle here at the front of the field here tonight between Heater and Terriol, who have checked out to about a 2.5 lead currently. As you see him work out of turn 4. Once again, that'll be back to the line. It'll be 28 laps led here by the Z-Line car here of James Heater. Started on the pole, though, so had a really good advantage from the start, and they are working up onto a lap-down car. Looks like that'll be the 3 of Tony Strano in the number 3 50th anniversary Dow machine here. Right in front of him is his brother of Joe Strano. Both cars look pretty good, but both these drivers right on the verge of going a lap down. You can see your leader there, Heater and Terriol, Cray and Trevarthen back there. Butler also starting to close the gap just a little bit. Those three guys are kind of running close together back there for the third, fourth, and fifth position. But here comes Heater. Look at how much ground he makes up going through the corners here from the bumpy Rockingham Speedway. Here comes the 18. He's going to dive it to the inside on Tony Strano. Strano going to stay high here, so it looks like Heater is going to make it by, and maybe just a little bit of a burp to the throttle there for Max Terriault, so he's going to lose just a little bit of ground as they worked around the lap down car there of Tony Strano. Joe Strano now going to be the next victim. There you see him just out in front. Joe going around the corner, running about the middle groove right now down in turn 1 and 2. He will be the next one. Looks like about a second, maybe a second and a half that James Heater would have to work onto him, as now Heater back to about a 5-6 car length gap over Michael Trevarthen. Or over Max Terriault. I was saying Michael Trevarthen because I saw him blink off my screen for just a second here in the 4th position. He comes back on screen, though. He played the Hocus Pocus act on Sean Butler. Butler is usually the one playing the Hocus Pocus act tonight. Or usually, but tonight it's Michael Trevarthen. Todd Cray is still sitting there. That 22, clocks by Christopher Trump machine, is sitting there, 3rd position. Here comes Butler. He's going to use a little bit of the apron down there in turn 3. It looks like Trevarthen just going to kind of move over in the 931. He's going to allow Butler to go right on by, so Trevarthen and Butler are going to swap spots. Butler will go P number 4 on the timing and scoring, and Michael Trevarthen will sit back into the 5th spot currently. Still a long way to go. We're approaching 90 laps to go, and it will be this time by. We'll see the 90 laps to go here. So lap so far clicking off. Green flag pit stops pending, probably, and looking like it's going to be about maybe 10 laps or so. We'll keep an eye on that if they can make it 10 laps. James Heater, Max Terriault, Todd Cray, 3-year championship contenders inside the top 3. Eric Johnson has fallen back a little bit, off pace now. Used up his tires here too quick in the early going. He is running in now the 8th position. He's about a second, almost 2 seconds behind Tim Blum. Blum got around him a little bit ago, and he has just set sail in that number 10 machine, the Classics Hot Sauce number 10 here for the Full Throttle Racing team. You know, we don't talk about the team points too often here with the Red Light Scrambler series, but they do have teams right now. The Low Line Racing of James Heater leading the way for that team this season. They have, I believe, if I'm looking at it right, they have clinched the team points a while back. Full Throttle Racing of Tim Blum, Richard Murdoch, and Ryan O'Danny all coming in 2nd, and the Need for Speed group sitting there 3rd in the team points. 40 drivers have taken the green flag this season with the Red Light Scrambler series, and it comes down to one of 4 men. Well, they could be boys. I mean, you never really know. But right now, the man that's out front is James Heater. Max Terriault still just hanging there. He's run down Heater at one point, and then the lap down car there of Tony Strano kind of got in the way, and it looks like we have one driver down pit road. Leo Borders is down pit road with his number 11 machine as we still watch this battle here at the front of the field. Another driver down pit road out of the top 10. It'll be Nathan Maurer in the AC Paints 971. He'll come to pit road, so green flag pit stops happening here around lap 40 and 41. So far, 2 drivers have come down. Question being, who will be the next one down pit road? Didn't see it happen, but Sean Butler got around Todd Cray, and he went in a hurry. Todd Cray might be playing a little bit different strategy in the Clocks by Christopher 22 machine here tonight. He has now fallen off about a second off of Sean Butler after Butler got around. And now more pit stops starting to happen here. Eric Johnson will be the first one out of your championship 4 to come down onto pit road. He gives up a top 10 position. He's going to drag a couple others with him. Looks like the 01 of Richard Murdoch, Ira Kohlhaas, Josh Buckley all coming down pit road. New paint scheme for Josh Buckley tonight. Discount Tire hopping on board of this number 2. Doesn't look too good on the right side of that machine, though. Max Terriault going to come down pit road also 1 lap later. Sean Butler, Todd Cray all down pit road. So it's a parade down there. There's more cars on pit road right now than there are cars out on track, and that trend will continue now because here comes your leader of James Heater. He comes down pit road and hands over the lead, possibly to, well, I was going to say James Skelton would be the man to take it over, but now, all but I'm looking at it, I think it's like 3 drivers down on pit road. 2 of them are right here. Eric Johnson. And that's the 43 there of Strano. So we'll see where everybody starts to cycle back out through here tonight. James Heater is still shown as your leader, but he is down pit road. This is the man I think that's going to... Oh, contact there. Leo Bornage diving down to the apron there in between Sean Butler. Butler and Maurer were out there racing, and the 11 of Bornage kind of sliced right on through. So as everything looks to cycle back through, it looks like James Heater is going to get back out in front of Max Theriault. Theriault very conservative on his pit road entry. Loses just a little bit of ground. There you see the gap out of turn number 4 between your leaders. Call out about a second gap between first and second. So Heater comes into the pit lane running first, comes out of pit lane running first. Max Theriault comes in second. He comes back out second as you see the 10 of Blum back out. He is 2 laps down currently. Sean Butler picks up the position right before green flag pit stops happen here tonight. Butler still running in the 3rd spot. Todd Cray is still running 4th. Eric Johnson's going to leapfrog Skelton and Murdoch, and he goes to the 5th position here with his pit strategy. But he pitted a lap before a couple of the guys out in front of him. We'll see how the tires really start to fade in and out on the 33 of Johnson. Will he run the tires off a little too soon on the Dirty Mo radio? Will this man be able to run him down? That's the 86 of James Skelton. Lost 1 position through the whole pit cycle there, so now he runs back into the 6th position. Sean Butler having to come back down pit road, it looks. So the man who was running 3rd gonna come down pit road. Unscheduled stop here. The 2 of Buckley still sitting in his pit box. He is back down pit road. Butler comes in. And it looks like no tires. This could be a penalty being served here for the 88 of Sean Butler. See if he comes back out on track. But right now it's still the same gap between your 2 leaders. There you see it. Looking back from James Heater's car on the driver's side, you can see the 42 of Max Theriault still hanging back there. Sean Butler is coming back out on track. It was definitely a speeding penalty for the driver of that 88. So he will officially go 1 lap down, and we will have to wait and see where that all cycles through. He is not the first car 1 lap down either. Ryan O'Dani is the last machine on the lead lap, running in the 7th position. And I think if you look, if we can find the onboard here and look back, there's your leader. Just back in the background there, the red and black Toyota of James Heater. Heater putting down some impressive lap times. Max and him running very comparable lap times. You got to go all the way back here, about 3.5, almost 4 seconds back to find the 3rd position. And that's Todd Cray. Your top 4 drivers right now, Heater, Theriault, Cray, and Johnson, are your 4 championship contenders. Closing in on the halfway point here tonight. And your top 4 are the top 4 fighting it out, duking it out. It's 4 men, 1 championship at the end of this one. There you see the 10 of Blum. He is 2 laps down currently in the 16th position. The only driver that is 2 laps down. Nathan Maurer, who came in, I believe, 2nd onto pit road, had a speeding penalty entering pit road, so he had to stop and hold. Looks like it was a 45-second penalty for Maurer, excess to him. So, well, that is 1 crazy pit road speed entry. Josh Buckley, who's running right ahead of him, is 18th actually on the timing and scoring in that discount tire Ford. He is shown currently 6 laps down. The driver of the 2, though, what an exciting race he had back on Friday night with the SK Modified Series here for the Red Light Racing Series. He led 96 laps out of the 100 scheduled laps from the Thompson Speedway. He actually ended up winning himself a little bit of a prize package. He will be attending the racing school at the Thompson Speedway coming up here over the summer, so look for more details on that. I heard he's going to be wearing a dress while he goes out there on track. I'm not sure exactly all the ins and outs behind wearing a dress to go drive a race car, but Josh Buckley won on Friday night, so congratulations to Josh. Out front, though, and the gap is shrank even more. James Heater, Max Terriol. Currently 1 and 2 here on track. 55 laps officially in the books here tonight. $70 more laps to go here from the Rockingham Speedway. Track temp has started to cool down as the sun has started to go down here at the Rock. No lights here for the Rockingham Speedway, so we got to get it in before the darkness sets in. We will go into the afternoon hours here. The track temp down to 90 degrees. Remember, it was upwards to, I believe it was 97 degrees in our practice session here tonight. Ryan O'Danny there having to fend off your leader. O'Danny going to go to the high side here, though, as he will allow your leaders. Every time that your leaders get to a lap down car, though, it seems that Heater finds him in the right position. So far, Terriol, every time he gets there, he kind of is the one that has to lift coming off the corner. It's just bad timing for the driver of that 42. Eric Johnson still hanging on to this position. You see the driver of the 929 of Ira Kohlhaas in his all bucked up Chevrolet, a Bromley Designs machine. Running currently in the 9th position, 1 lap down, so he is not battling these guys here as he actually he just pulls over and allows James Skelton to go on by because he knows Skelton and the 33 there with Johnson are battling for the 4th and the 5th position. As Ryan O'Danny goes a lap down, that'll leave his teammate here of the 01 of Richard Murdoch, the last one on the lead lap, but he's got a little bit of a gap between himself and James Heater. And talking about a little gap that we kind of did see open up to about a half a second has now just kind of slowly creeped down about 3 car lengths between him and Max Terriol for the front here. 4 more laps and we'll be at the halfway point here tonight. So we got to welcome everybody in here to the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Red Light Scrambler Series season finale, and it comes down to 4 drivers, and they are still currently 4 drivers in the top 4. Here you see right there on screen leading with Max Terriol just in tow in that 42 machine. Todd Cray running about 5 seconds back in 3rd, and then Eric Johnson, who's running right there with James Skelton looking to the inside of him. 2 different tire strategies, a Skelton to take the 4th position. This is all happening 11 seconds behind your leader. And then they have another 10-second gap back to the man who runs in 6th. There you see the 01 Ironbird Bruco, 01 of Richard Murdoch. So that's your lead lap cars that are left. Running in the 7th position will be Ryan O'Danny in his Hellfire Detroit Ford Mustang. He runs in 7th. Justin Gann in the 930 runs in 8th. Ira Kohlhaas in the 929 runs in the 9th position. And Michael Trevarthen here in the 931 Fram machine runs in the 10th place. That's how your top 10 are. Right now, Ryan O'Danny is sitting in the Catbird Lucky Dog seat. He would like to see a yellow flag. So far, we have not seen one, as we're just over halfway now. Just like that in the blink of an eye. Half the race is officially gone here tonight in the final race of the season. Terriol not able to get any closer than about the 3.5 car lengths that he has pulled on the James Heater. Kevin O'Brien got new colors here tonight on his Caterpillar. 184. Currently running back in the 14th position. Kevin O'Brien's best finish this year coming all the way back at the Chicagoland Speedway. It's been a very rough up and down year. Couple top 15s for the driver of the 184. Tonight looking like currently a 14th place car at the time of this, as Joe Strano's actually just out in front of him in the 43 machine. Strano going to go high here. They are on different tire strategies. Joe Strano on a little bit older tires than Kevin O'Brien. O'Brien will take the 13th position. Strano back to 14th. And then it's going to become the battle of the Stranos back here. Joe and Tony. Joe getting the 14th spot for the time being, and a little bit farther back, you see the number 3 here of Tony Strano. He is running in the 15th spot. A little bit of a gap opening up for James Heater. There you see Max Theriault now has fallen back about halfway through this tire run. And your leader of Heater has led every lap. We have not had another leader here tonight. So even through the green flag pit stops, James Heater has been able to hang on to the lead. Max Theriault just not able to close the gap enough. And that man right there has fallen into the clutches of the leader. Right behind him, just out of the picture frame, is going to be our leader of James Heater. You see him just barely back there. Has a couple cars in between him. Looks like those cars are Kevin O'Brien and the 11 of Leo Borges. They are racing for position. O'Brien has the fresher tires and is trying to utilize them. Heater going to get stuck behind the lap down car. That might allow Max Theriault to close the gap. Kevin going to go high here and allow Max Theriault to go to the bottom groove. That's going to gain a couple car lengths. Half-second gap now for Heater to Theriault. James Heater going to catch that lap down. Number 11 Pepsi Challenger machine there in the center of the corner. Max is going to come upon him off a corner exit. Slipping and sliding there out of turn number 2 for the 42 of Theriault, but he is able to keep it pointed in the right direction so far here tonight. Richard Murdoch now officially is the next car in line to find your leader. There it is. James Heater back there. So once the leader gets to Murdoch, it will only be 5 drivers left on the lead lap, as it looks like O'Brien down onto the apron there. Maybe a little bit of a wiggle for the driver out of the 184. He will keep that Caterpillar machine out there on track, so he hangs on to it. So a good save there by Kevin O'Brien tonight. At the line last time by, your fastest times out there, it was the driver of the 18, James Heater. He was the fastest car. Then it was James Skelton in the 4th position. And then it was Max Theriault. This time by at the line, it looks like it's the same way. It's going to be Heater, then Skelton, and then Max Theriault, your fastest 3 cars on the racetrack today at this point here with 52 to go. James Skelton, though, he may be the second fastest car on track, but he is 12 seconds back off the leader here tonight. Take this away, and we can let you, before we hit the next green flag pit cycle, where is your favorite driver running? Look at the left-hand side of the screen and find where he is. Looks like the 11 of Bordage is down pit road. Murdoch still hanging on to this lead lap. He is running like the wind blows right now to try and keep this Ironbird Brew Co. machine on the lead lap tonight. How far can James Heater, though? How many cars can he lap here tonight? Only 6 more on the lead lap if we stay green flag racing here. And it might even be more before this night is over. All 18 drivers that took the green flag here tonight are still out there on track running. Looking at it, it's still, we have not had any other leader. We talked about Heater starting from the pole and coming through those green flag pit stops, and when it all cycled back through, he was still your leader. There you see the 11 of Leo Bordage back out on track. He has shown 4 laps down currently. He will move to the outside. He will allow Max Theriault just to go on by. He knows what's at stake right now for the driver of the 42 and the 18. So it seems like this has come down here in the getting closer to the later stages. As Murdoch going to go a lap down, he will elect to go to the high side, and he's not going to interfere with either of your leaders. Maybe Theriault got him to check just a little bit out of turn number 4, but he'll get Murdoch down here in turn 1. So it's kind of checked out to be a 2-horse race here. Final pit stops pending here in just a couple of laps. I think the pit window is going to open up here in about, call it 6 laps, 5 to 6 laps. The pit window is going to open up, and these guys are going to be able to battle it out to the end. Tony Strano is going to hit pit road here a little bit early in his number 3 Dow RCR 50th anniversary machine. Currently running in the 15th position, 3 laps down. We'll see where he falls into in line. Heater still out front. Then it's Terriol Cray. And this man right here, still in the timing and scoring, is still the second fastest machine. Is it going to be just a little too late for the driver of this 86 machine? He got a little bit behind on the green flag pit cycle. Just hasn't been able to really dig himself out. Timing and scoring going the wrong way here for Max Terriol on this run. As Terriol trying to back it up, trying to save a little fuel in that Ford Mustang. When will he come down pit road? I expect a little bit of pit strategy here by Eric Johnson, Todd Cray, and Max Terriol. At this point in the race, you're going to have to try something different if you want to run down James Heater. So expect Max Terriol, Todd Cray, and Eric Johnson possibly to be the first 3 drivers out of your championship 4 to hit pit road. But then probably the lap after those guys hit pit road, you're probably going to see James Heater duck down pit road along with them. He doesn't want to try and get too far behind. Closing in. Now it looks like Ryan O'Danny. And actually, here it is. Eric Johnson will bring the Dirty Mo radio machine down pit road with 43 laps to go. The pit window is officially opened up here. So Johnson pits out of the 5th position. First one of your championship 4 on pit road. How far does James Heater and Max Terriol and Todd Cray really push it? Doesn't look like either of your top 2 will come down pit road this time by. They keep the hammer down out of turn number 4. Here, the next guy coming to pit road could possibly be Todd Cray, but it looks like he'll keep the clocks by Christopher Machine out. Oh, here he comes. Actually, it's going to be a hot pit for the 22 of Cray. This is where you earn all the money. It's the money stop here. It's the championship race. How much time will Todd Cray spend down on pit road? Eric Johnson spent 14.3 seconds in his box. It was a 43 seconds from line to line. Here comes Max Terriol then. He follows 1 lap later. So 3 out of the 4 championship contenders are down pit road. Pit road is really getting busy. You can see where everybody is on the timing and scoring there. Will it be this time for James Heater? It will be. He is down off the pace. So Heater hits pit road here. This is going to be the final stop for James Heater as green flag pit cycles are in full swing here at Rockingham. Todd Cray is back out on track, and it was a beautiful stop for Todd Cray. We'll see where he cycles back through. Max Terriol coming out right here. James Skelton pitted a lap later. He is currently sitting down pit road. Where is James Heater? Heater is in his box. Right side tires are on his Z-Line 18 machine. The crew comes around here to the left-hand side. It'll be a 4-tire stop. Fill her up with fuel to go. Jack drops right there. 14.8 second stop for James Heater as he pits out of the lead. Where is Max Terriol? There goes Max Terriol. Is Heater going to be able to get back up in front of the 42? This could be the race. That could have been the race for the championship right there. With 39 to go, we have a new leader here tonight from Rockingham. Terriol going to make a mistake, though. Here comes the 18 of Heater. He'll be onto the back bumper of that Chevrolet, or that Ford, as they go down into turn number 1. Turn number 1, and it has come down to just 2 drivers. They have an 8-second lead over Todd Cray, who runs in the 3rd position of this championship hunt. Your 2 leaders, Terriol, Heater, come in tied with 3 wins apiece. The only drivers in the series other than Sean Butler. But Butler's not running for the championship. He has 3 wins, but right now that's irrelevant for Sean Butler. Max Terriol, James Heater, tied with 3 wins and tied in the championship. It's going to come down to whatever driver finishes ahead of the other here at the end of this one. This time by, they're going to get 36 laps to go, and this is the first time Max Terriault has led here tonight. So it'll be 3 laps so far being led by Max Terriault. But could it be the last 39 laps, the last 39 that are going to count here tonight? The last lap is going to be the only lap that really matters. It doesn't matter if Heater would have went out and led 124 laps here tonight. Can he save enough tire, though, to run back down the 42? As they still work lap traffic currently, only 5 drivers looking at the timing and scoring are on the lead lap. This is how they cycle back out of green flag pit stops. It's going to be the 42 of Terriault, the 18 of Heater, the 22 of Todd Cray, and then the 86 of James Skelton. Your top 4, Eric Johnson, your 4th contender in the championship 4. He is running currently 5th, but looking at it, it looks like he is about, only about 2 corners ahead of your leaders here as he runs 17 seconds behind that man right there. Running in 6th after the green flag pit cycle. 1 lap down. It's going to be the 01 of Richard Murdoch, who said tonight was not going to be his night for sure here at the Rockingham Speedway. But so far, it looks like Murdoch's only been into the outside wall once. So that's actually doing pretty good for him. Ryan O'Danny is sitting there in the 7th position in the Hellfire Detroit Ford Mustang. He got into a little bit of a scuffle with the man who actually has rebounded now to the 8th position. It's been such an up and down year for Justin Gann. Doesn't have a win in the Red Light Scrambler Series. Did have a win back at the Christmas little the clash that they had. Right now runs in the 8th position. Tonight will not be the night once again for Justin Gann. Sean Butler still running 1 lap down in the 9th position after that pit road penalty by the 88. Running in the 10th spot, we'll round out the top 10. Here is Michael Trevarthen. He is currently 1 lap down, and he is the last driver, just 1 lap down running. And he's actually running right in front of your leader, so he's possible pending 2 laps down this time by at the line. It will be 30 laps to go here for Max Terriault and James Heater. Well, it's the championship race, so why not go crank it up a little bit here from the Rockingham Speedway. And as we were away, caution flag going to come out here, and I believe this is going to have big championship implications. A lap down car interfering here with the leader. Looks like he got loose, and up the track he went. Max Terriault was the leader, but now that 42 looks junked out here on lap 99. We will have to watch it back to find what exactly happened to Max Terriault as we were on board right behind him. Coming out of the corner, Terriault maybe slides up just a little bit into Joe Strano, and he's going to go around. Oh boy, I'm sure that's not exactly how either of those drivers just envisioned turn number 2. There you already see it happening. We'll have to throw it back just a little bit farther. Looking at the black 42, who was the leader at the time of incident. Joe Strano, a couple laps down, was trying to give the leaders the bottom groove, and it looked like the same room, both drivers, and I think maybe James Heater maybe got just a little tap there of that one. Just hard racing here down Thunder Alley at the Rockingham Speedway. Unfortunately, is going to take a chance away, I believe, here for Max Terriault to win a championship. The man who has tried so hard this year, put himself in so many positions to possibly win. Tonight will not be the night. As we slow it down, you can go exactly see here. Over top, you're looking at the 43 to the outside lane. You're looking at the 42 down on the bottom. You're going to see both cars just come together out of turn number 2. There you see the contact. It's such a hard racing call here. As then you see Terriot slide hard impact into that inside wall. As you see him there as he's going to pull out of his pit stall. Hard contact with that backstretch wall, and that's going to put him down behind the 8 ball right now. But your leader here with 25 laps to go. It'd be the 18 of James Heater. It'd be the 22 of Todd Cray. Cray may have thought his night was over with. He was 9 seconds back before the caution. Now finds himself second. Eric Johnson was even farther back on the running order. He finds himself now running third with a shot here at the end of this. James Skelton is fourth. Richard Murdoch is fifth. Looks like Max Terriot will be shown into the 6th position. Actually, Murdoch going to have to flip-flop here with Terriot, as Murdoch was the lucky dog machine. Justin Gann currently sitting out in front of the leader here, looking to see if he can get just a quick wave around to the back of the field here, along with Sean Butler and Ryan O'Danny also in that category. Michael Trevarthen also going to be looking to possibly see if he can get a wave around here. So huge chase implications happening there. A couple drivers will get back onto the lead lap there. It looks like Gann and Butler will be the only two that get the quick wave around. Everybody else actually ducked down pit road there. So now we're going to line them back up here tonight, and we're going to go back green flag racing with 23 laps to go here from the Rockingham Speedway, and it's going to be your top 3 doing battle here as Max Terriot will restart in, I believe, that is the 5th position, actually. We will find out how much speed is still left in Max Terriot's machine as we're about to go back to green flag racing. iRacing pace car lights are off. It will head down towards the pit road. 23 laps, gonna be a shootout here at the end. Green flag is in the air, 8 cars on the lead lap. Here we go. Let's see what everybody's got. They're all nose to tail, side by side as they go down to the turn 1. Craig going to make a little bit of a slip. He's going to slide up the track. James Heater is going to be setting sail here out of turn number 2 as everybody else is still stacked up side by side. Craig now going to slot into, I believe that's the 2nd position. Johnson is 3rd. Terriot actually with that beat up 42. He doesn't need no stinking downforce. Back to green flag here officially. Heater going to lead us back across the line. He has led 91 laps. Terriot has led 11. Murdoch has led 1 under caution. And here comes Max Terriot. He is on the hunt, and he is looking for blood. Takes over the 3rd position from Eric Johnson. Johnson going to fall to 4th. Skelton is right behind him. So your top 4 once again are your championship 4. And at the line, pulling away ever so slowly, slightly. 21 laps to go. James Heater finds himself out front. There it is. There's all his competitors in the mirror looking backwards. Todd Cray only about a half second back right now, and then it's a second back to Max Terriot. This time by officially going to be 20 laps to go here. 20 laps to go and a lot of racing left in this championship race here for the Red Light Scrambler Series. Terriot got in front of Johnson and now is just kind of holding him off. They do battle off turn number 4 here once again. 19 laps to go. Just under 17 miles of racing left here in the season finale. The drama that's already been played out here tonight. Only 1 yellow flag so far. And James Heater says, boys, I would like to keep it that way as he'll come off turn 4 here. There is a little left front damage on that Z line. number 18 Toyota, but it doesn't look like James Heater is going to care very much. Todd Cray last time by was a little bit faster, as you see him slide, hanging onto the right rear of the Clocks by Christopher machine. Caution flag is waving. Max Terriol is going around. A couple other drivers involved. Eric Johnson, Ryan O'Danny. All involved in this. So a late race yellow. 2 of your championship contenders going to be taken out here with 17 laps to go. Well, if they didn't think there was enough drama built up, now you can officially say that there's going to be. Here you're watching the 42, who is running in the 3rd position at the time of this. What happens between Eric Johnson and Max Terriol? Terriol and Johnson down into 1. Everything looks pretty good there. As here comes Johnson on a good run to the inside on Max Terriol. It looks like it'll be side by side into 3. And oh, Johnson maybe gets a little loose there. And then gets a little bit of a bump from the 86. Trevarthen nowhere to go. O'Danny nowhere to go. And then the hole kind of closes there. Blum going to make contact with O'Danny, and everybody else trying to come to a complete stop. There we see it again. Michael Trevarthen, Ryan O'Danny just kind of nowhere to go there on that one. See if we can go back here. Go under the nose camera here on the 86 of Skelton. Just that little bit of a bump there to the back bumper. And that's what kind of sends everybody around. So this is going to kind of shake things up here. Have to see where everybody kind of cycles through here. Let's come back live on the camera, and it's going to be Todd Cray. Todd Cray is out front here. He did not pit. Everybody else had elected to come down here and pit, so Cray going to roll the dice here. Maybe thinks track position is going to be key here in the late stages, so it'll be Cray and Heater. Butler, Murdoch, Gann, Skelton. Kohlhaas gets back onto the lead lap, and Johnson. So 8 drivers back onto the lead lap here to try and finish this one off. Who is going to be sitting in the catbird seat? Did Cray play the right strategy here? Everybody else came down, and it looks like everybody else slapped 4 fresh Goodyear tires on here to go to the end. Well, if you thought there was a lot of drama build up leading into the night and what we have seen so far here tonight, you haven't seen anything. Things are about to really get wild here at Rockingham. You thought 25 laps was going to be a shootout. As the iRacing pace car lights go out this time by, it'll be 13 laps to go when we take the green flag here at Rockingham, and it's going to come down to most likely just 2 of your championship drivers. Todd Cray, James Heater, Sean Butler, Richard Murdoch, and Justin Gann sitting there in 5th. Skelton is 6th after that little bit of contact. I don't believe there's too much damage on that 86 machine. He should still be able to drive pretty fast line around this little short track. Kohlhaas in 8th, O'Danny in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Michael Trevarthen right now. Trevarthen back out on track after getting some of that damage fixed on his Fram machine. So buckle up and get ready. We're about to drop the hammer here at Rockingham again. 2 yellow flags here tonight. Now, what does Todd Cray have left in the bank with 12-lap old tires compared to James Heater with just 2-lap old tires? iRacing pace car looking to head to the pit road here. As you see it make the left-hand turn. Green flag officially back in the air. And a really good start, actually, by everybody. That outside lane, James Heater going to be able to drive her down here into turn 1. We've seen that outside lane work on the initial drop of the green flag. Will it be able to work for Heater? Heater's going to push. Butler. Oh, Murdoch. Saw swords out of shape. They stack him up behind him. but it looks like everybody's able to keep going. Oh, Blum is around. It looks like also Kevin O'Brien is around. So cautions, breeding cautions here in the late stages as Kevin O'Brien is turned around. We'll have to watch it back on the replay. Let's go straight to the overhead camera. What just happened out there for a couple of these drivers? Max Terriault has officially retired his 42 machine here tonight. As you saw the big checkup, Murdoch up into the outside wall. Oh, looks like O'Brien just kind of lost it. Blum nowhere to go. He slides and hits the inside wall. We'll have to watch that back just one more time here. We're keeping on the far chase camera here so you can exactly see Kevin O'Brien into the outside wall, and that's what actually gets him sideways to start with, and he goes back and tries to correct to stay out of Leo Bordage. Blum, just an innocent bystander, nowhere to go for Blum. Blum already having issues as he was involved in that last incident with nowhere to go. Adds a little more character to that Classics hot sauce machine. So just looking at it, it looks like when we go back racing here with possibly about 8 laps to go, Todd Cray, Sean Butler, James Heater, Justin Gann, James Skelton in your top 5. Johnson sitting there 6th. He is still back out there. A little damage on that Dirty Mo Radio 33, but he is going to give it a whirl here yet tonight. Ira Kohlhaas and his bucked up Chevrolet has been back up inside the top 10 here, running 7th with some fresh tires. Ryan O'Danny is sitting there with a beat-up Ford Mustang. He is currently in the 8th position. Richard Murdoch is down pit road, but he looks like he should line up right around the 8th spot. Michael Trevarthen is in the 10th spot, but he is 1 lap down currently with his modified 931 machine. So Todd Cray got a really good restart last time. Will he be able to do it? We'll be back after this quick word. And just like that, welcome back. Didn't miss anything here from the Rockingham Speedway for the final race for the Red Light Scrambler Series. They got the Xfinity cars out there on track. The drama has built. Max Terriault, one of your Championship 4 drivers. He is officially out of this one. He will be scored in the 18th position. At the end of this, it will be 18 laps down for the driver of that 42. Eric Johnson is running currently 6th. He is the lowest driver out of the Championship 4 that is out there, still running. So with 6th place for Eric Johnson and a beat-up Dirty Mo Chevrolet. And then it's James Heater who has dominated this race. Led 96 laps of the 125 scheduled. Right now, though, finds himself sitting in 3rd. Sean Butler, who's not in the championship hunt, is sitting 2nd. And Todd Cray is in the championship, and he is running currently out front here tonight. He is on the different tire strategy, though. He elected to not pit. He figured that it was going to come down to possibly some yellow flags at the end of this one. His crew thinking that the track position was better. And right now, his strategy is completely right. So as we wait for the iRacing pace car to make its final, hopefully final left-hand turn onto pit road here to drop the hammer, it'll be 8 laps to go. There goes the iRacing pace car off the racing surface. Green flag officially in the air. Put 8 laps on the board, and actually a really good start there by Butler to the outside of Cray. Remember, Butler has the new tires. Yellow flag gonna wave once again. As Eric Johnson, you see him pulling away. He is involved in this one. Not sure if any other drivers wrapped up in this one, so we will have to go back here on the replay and find out who is all wrapped up on this one. It came back on this restart. Oh, tire spin by Gann. And then nowhere to go for Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas, an innocent victim here. Looks like Eric Johnson goes around. We'll throw it back a little bit farther. Blimp camera, always the favorite camera here. Blimp aerial coverage brought to us tonight here by Richard Murdoch. And this is what Murdoch is going to show us on this camera angle. The 930, the second car to the outside row. Look at him, a little bit of tire spin. He goes to correct Johnson, nowhere to go. He was accelerating, and then as Gant still tries to collect that car, just ends up turning the 33 of Eric Johnson. So the championship hunt for Johnson is going to get even tougher now, because I believe we might get like a one-lap shootout before we attempt the overtime here tonight. So Johnson will come down on his Dirty Mo 33, and he will put 4 fresh tires. Sean Butler right now being scored as our leader. He just snuck around Todd Cray by the splitter of that Hellman's 88 machine right as the yellow flag was coming out. So that is going to put Butler to the point here. Not a championship contender. The championship hunt still comes down to whoever's going to finish the highest out of our championship 4. Right now, I'm doing it. It's looking like Todd Cray, James Heater are 1 and 2 in the championship hunt. They've run 2nd and 3rd currently out there on track. Johnson is still sitting down pit road in his 33 machine. He is running in the 8th spot. Only other driver down pit road right now is going to be Ira Kohlhaas in his bucked up Chevrolet. So it looks like the lights will stay on. We'll at least make another 2 laps here tonight. We got to thank all the fans here of the Red Light Scrambler series for tuning in and week out here on a Monday night. And, you know, this may be the final race here, the championship hunt for the Scrambler series to end off the 2019 season, Season 3 of 2019. But don't worry, race fans coming back here at the end of March, right here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You'll be able to catch more of the Red Light Scrambler series action. But that's not the only Red Light action that we have. We have some other dates on the schedule coming up if you're a Red Light racing fan. The Red Light SK Modified series. We'll be bringing you some live action for those machines on a Friday night, same time, you know, an 8 o'clock start time. From the New Hampshire Speedway for 100 laps, or actually I believe it's less than 100 laps, but it is going to be an SK Modified race for the Red Light series from the New Hampshire Speedway coming up on March 13th, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But first, we got to get through this race here tonight, as the lights on the iRacing pace car do go out. So we will see with 4 laps where it's going to be a first green-white checker. It will not count towards the green-white checkers tonight, but it will be officially a green-white checker. All the drivers trying to find where they're going to line up here. We do know it'll be Butler to the inside, Cray outside of him. Then it's going to be James Heater down to the bottom. Then it's going to be James Skelton, Richard Murdoch, Justin Gann, Ryan O'Danny, and Eric Johnson finds himself back in the 8th position with 4 fresh tires. Will he be able to avoid a wreck if there were one? Find that out here. 3 laps, put it on the board. Who will walk away as the champion here with the Scrambler series on Monday night? Todd Cray, James Heater, and Eric Johnson still left in the event. iRacing pace car lights are off as here we go. When will we go? Green flag pending. Green flag officially in the air. Here we go. 3 laps to decide who's going to be the champion. A little bit of bobble by a couple of your front runners here. Todd Cray going to suck down right onto the door of Sean Butler and make Butler run the low line. Cray doesn't have to win the race, but Butler would like to right now as they go down into turn 3 for the first time here. Back to the green flag as Cray is making that outside lane work. Can he carry the momentum, though? Here comes James Heater. Will he throw the block on Heater? Heater's going to get to the inside. Popsicle sticks are going to be in the air here tonight. Just 2 more laps, just under 2 miles of racing, and the championship has come down to those 2 drivers right there, running 2nd and 3rd. Here comes Heater. He has the newer tires down Thunder Alley. A lap and a half of racing left here tonight. Cray gonna really make Heater work for it. He's gonna pinch him off corner number 4. White flag is gonna be in the air. The championship is officially here. The final lap, Cray and Heater battling for second. Whoever comes back to the line first will be your champion. Heater has a good run off too, but the better run goes to the outside. Cray is going to get a really good run. Final time into 3. Heater's going to sail it way high and try and get the momentum run out of turn number 4. Coming across the line first is going to be Butler, but the first one across the line to win the championship. It will be Todd Cray winning the 2019 Season 3 Red Light Racing Scrambler Series Championship. James Heater just going to come up a little bit short here tonight. He's not going to win the championship. Heater's going to come home third, second in the championship. Johnson will come back to finish 7th, but it will only be good enough for 3rd in the championship hunt. Max Terriot doesn't finish it off, but he will be finishing 4th. So as Sean Butler burns him down on the front stretch, Todd Cray is officially your champion here. There is your champion. Todd Cray going to celebrate here, do a couple laps. Congratulations not only to Sean Butler for the win here tonight, but to this man. He's going to go for a little bit of celebration down there. Todd Cray, your champion. We'll be back here with post-race interviews, see if we can grab your champion. Welcome back, race fans, here to the Rockingham Speedway, the Red Light Scrambler Series. Officially, the season is over here. 15 hard weeks of battle has come down to just 4 drivers, and the one who won it, the champion here, you see him on screen. It is the 22 of Todd Cray, the Clocks by Christopher machine. I have him sitting right here next to me. Todd, and what an epic battle at the end of this one. You didn't have the fastest car out there today. It just seemed like you were really just put in the right position at the right time. Tell us about that pit strategy at the end of this one that possibly just won you this championship.
Woo! Tell you, man, that was started off. Those guys were flying. I knew something was going to have to give with those guys, and yeah, I was running second. You know, when something happened to Max there, I'm not really sure what happened to him, but I says, you know, there's no way we're going to win this like this, so let's try it. And whoa, wow, man, hats off to I'm a little speechless here.
Yeah, for the first time in a couple seasons, somebody has dethroned the driver of the 88, Sean Butler, who may have won the race here. We'll catch up with him a little bit later. You know, it's got to feel pretty good. This is, I believe, might be your second season. Correct me if I am wrong here with the Red Light Scrambler series. But you come into the field here, you know, with the guys of Heater and Butler, Murdoch. You know, there are some really heavy hitters like Tim Blom and Max Terriol. You had to battle them, not just here tonight, a couple of those drivers for the championship, but you had to battle them every week in and week out. And they're not, you know, cupcake drivers.
No, not at all, man. That's why I come here to race. You know, it's the competition level, the camaraderie, all the clean driving out there tonight. You know, guys that might have been a lap down. You know, it's just one of those races where, you know, you didn't have the fastest car, and you just got to keep your nose clean so you can have a few good laps if you have a chance there at the end. Sean, yeah, I mean, he was flying. He was in there with nothing to lose, and he was racing hard. I thought he was going to help me out a little bit there, you know, maybe being a little pick. But again, what a clean race. You know, just, I mean, things just worked out. Doesn't happen too often like that, but the one race you wanted to work out like that, it did. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So this is your third win of the season. You had 6 top 5s coming into the night and 11 top 10s, and with the strong competition that we just talked about here in the Red Light Scrambler series, it's got to feel pretty good. It's got to feel pretty good to dethrone Sean Butler and become the champion yourself right here with the Red Light Scrambler series. Hey, I know you want to go do some celebrating. I know you were out there on track. We kind of rewinded a little bit here on the replay, but I know you want to go do some more celebrating. But before we do that, congratulations once again, and we will definitely roll out the red carpet here and hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank for this season here and being the champion here in the Red Light Scrambler series?
Oh, well, we got the Red Light Scrambler series and all the guys that put on this awesome league. The broadcasters, I mean, you guys are the best. Turn 3 Racing Network, super great to put the show on for us and just show everybody what we do here. And Clocks by Christopher, they've been with us for 3 years now, so real glad to put them in the championship bracket here tonight. Pets in Paradise, People Against Distracted Driving, they've been with us here on and off, so we just want to send something out to them and all the good work that they do. And that's about it, guys. We're going to pop the champagne and enjoy this and come back and see what we can do next season.
Well, there you heard it from your champion here tonight. He may not have had the fastest car in the early stages of this one, but he had the fastest car when it mattered out there. Played the tire strategy with his crew, stayed out at that end of the race here with the oldest tires on track for anybody, and just gets the job done. May not have won the race, but won the championship. He beat his other 4 contenders back to the line at the end of the race when it all really matters. So congratulations to the Clocks by Christopher crew of Todd Cray and that 22 machine. I'm sure he will be celebrating this one for at least a month before the next season scheduled to kick off. So congratulations once again to Todd Cray. We do have another interview here. We do have the winner of the race here of Sean Butler. Butler, it's kind of a bittersweet ending to this season here. You're not in the championship hunt to defend the championship from last season, but you come out here and you still let these guys know, I'm Sean Butler, and I'm still relevant with a win here at Rockingham.
Yeah, I mean, I just came in with no worries today. I've never had that in this format that we've been doing. I've always made the top 4. So it was a little different this season, but just not the best end of the season I would have liked leading into this race. And speeding on pit road, I drove up 3rd, speeding on pit road. I'm like, man, there goes my race. And then a couple cautions, get back up in there, and you never know what's gonna happen. So, congrats to Todd. I saw him and James just battling it for a second. I was just like, bye bye. But that was an awesome watch it in the back of my mirror and stuff. That was a heck of a battle for the championship this season. Congratulations to those guys. I know Max and Eric ended night early. I don't know what happened to them. I saw them wrecking, but that sucks for those guys. But that was cool to have those 2 guys battling it out right there at the end for the championship. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good battle all night, whether it was between Max Terriol and James Heater or Todd Cray being thrown into the mix. Eric Johnson played a lot of tire strategy throughout the day. How was the track conditions, though? We haven't heard from anybody all night long about how the track conditions were. In the early stages of this one, when we were watching that 88 Hellman's machine, we saw you rolling that bottom. You were able to put the left side tires right down there on that yellow line. Was that the preferred line in the early stages, or was that a all race long kind of line for yourself?
For me, that's the way I like to roll around here. It's almost like the Harvicking line where you kind of go in shallow and just ride that yellow all the way through the corner. It just seems keep the tire on it, and I could tell at the end of that first run I was faster than I was catching Max and James there, so I was feeling pretty good about it. And then I got that speeding off exit, and we all know how that happened. But I just kept running my laps, and I was able to stay only one lap down, thankfully. But some helps with cautions and stuff. But I don't know, the track. I mean, I felt like it drove better than it did a couple weeks ago when they had the iRacing fixed. It was super loose on entry, and tonight it just was kind of just tight. So I had to dial a lot of rear brake into it. So I don't know if a lot of people did that, but I did. So
a tight car here tonight for you, Sean, but you're good enough to park her in victory lane once again. One of the most winningest drivers in the Red Light Scrambler series. So congratulations to you for winning once again here on a Monday night. But before we wrap things up here from victory lane and go celebrate with Todd Cray, who do you got to thank for this season here for this 88 crew?
I got to thank all my teammates. You know, we work hard to try to get our best finish as can as a team. Unfortunately, DJ hasn't been around much this season. Hopefully he can turn that around next season. You know, just all the admins here at Red Light, they do a good job. A little bit rough start to the season, but we got it cleaned up and had some really good green racing at the from the middle of the season on, and just a great overall season. We got some great drivers, like Todd was saying, in this league right now. You never know who's gonna win it. It's just great to be here. Love racing these guys. Look forward to next season. As of right now, it doesn't look like I'll be racing for a championship because I'll probably be gone for motorcycle trips about the end of that season. So if that all works out, oh well. But doesn't matter. Life comes first. But thanks to you up here in the booth. Look forward to watching the races every week after they're done, and look forward to another great season here at Red Light with Turn 3 Racing, bringing out the broadcast.
Well, there you heard it from one of your most winningest drivers, parks himself in victory lane. Not just himself, another victory. Congratulations to Sean Butler. But Todd Cray, it's been all about him tonight. Only led, it looks like 9 laps here tonight, but it was good enough to get him up into the front of the field here and to beat out his competition of James Heater, who just dominated, absolutely dominated with 96 laps led out front. But the 96 laps led out front didn't mean anything when it all came down for the old fat lady to sing, because that was given to Todd Cray. So congratulations once again to Todd Cray and the Clocks by Christopher whole crew over there. They did an outstanding job this season. This is a bittersweet ending here from the Rockingham Speedway. We broadcasted all season here with the Red Light Scrambler series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We started all the way back at Kansas Speedway back on October 1st, and we just kind of did battle all the way through, these drivers putting on one heck of shows every Monday night. And now we end up here at Rockingham for the championship. But it's not really over. In just a couple weeks' time, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, you'll be able to catch all the Red Light Scrambler Series action once again. The action joins back onto track right here on March 23rd. 65 laps. We're going to dial up the Super Speedway right out of the box. We're going to head to the Talladega 2.5-mile Super Speedway. We're going to rip out those old trucks that we have the dust cover on for the last couple of weeks, and we will see what kind of battle they can do. It'll be Season 1 for the 2020 schedule for the Red Light Scrambler Series. But until we see you on March 23rd, race fans, everybody stay safe out there and return back here to the Turn 3 Racing Network.